Next up, we're gonna stay in basketball again, real quick, but there's a lot of rumors out there because the Los Angeles Lakers, rumors have been circulating that they've been, fielding some calls after starting 2-8, not being relevant whatsoever. You got Anthony Davis, who, he's already, injured practically, but holding his back. He's got all sorts of things going on with, back spasms and different things. It's like 10 games in and he's already having issues. So it's not looking good. And, the Lakers, desperation mode right now. Desperation mode for the Lakers. Are they going to make a move? They've already had a lot of talks about Westbrook. I think Westbrook's impact on this team is kind of being diminished now. I think we know what Westbrook is, and they're losing games even without Westbrook. So you have that. But Anthony Davis was a kind of a surprising name that rose to the top of these trade rumors. So the big question is, do they trade Anthony Davis? I've heard rumors and I've heard landing spots, and there's a lot of stuff out there. Some people on some of the big networks saying trade him for Damian Lillard straight up, which I think would help. The biggest issue with the Lakers is they don't have shooting, right? So finding shooting for the Los Angeles Lakers is going to be a big, big goal for any kind of trade partner. Like, they need to get somebody. They had options in the offseason with, various trades that didn't end up working out. But here we are. They can't shoot to save their lives. And Anthony Davis is now on the trading block potentially. When there's smoke, there's fire, guys. And someone's leaking this stuff. And here we are. We're having a fire sale in LA. Bruce Brown was their heart and soul last season. Absolutely. For the Nets, yeah. And we stole him away, so I'll take that. That's he's been a great addition for us. I knew that was the most underrated addition for the Nuggets this year. Him and KCP were the biggest additions, not the biggest names in the NBA when they made those trades or those acquisitions. But in my opinion, I thought they were the most impactful for the teams for the Nuggets, pretty much. The biggest issue is LeBron is there keeping them from truly tanking. Well, and LeBron needs to. It's a good point. LeBron is not. He's not getting any younger. He's not playing as many games as he used to. He can't do it all anymore. That's just not the way this team is constructed for him to just, at his age. When you're asking, a LeBron 10 years ago, hey, all right, we can, look what he did with the Cleveland Cavaliers. That was not a good roster. Zydrunas Ilgauskas and, some of these guys that were on that roster. He had what? Kevin Love and a couple other guys, but that was it. No, that roster wasn't good when he took that. But he's not that age anymore. He's not young anymore. So, now you need to rely on other players. And when you can't rely on Anthony Davis to win games, and you can't rely or play in games, I should say, you not only win games, but just play in a game. And you can't rely on Russell Westbrook, one of your top players on your roster, to even be cohesive with your team and hit shots. I'm telling you, the way this team was constructed, we talked about the Nets being dysfunctional. They're dysfunctional, but they can win games still. They could. We talked about this. If you're taking between the two rosters, I would take Brooklyn's roster over this one. And Brooklyn's roster's bad. He gets hurt too much. Why would anyone trade for him? Yeah, I don't know. Because maybe you think it's like I don't even know. I wouldn't trade for him personally. It would depend on the circumstances in the team and what they, the depth, and if they're able to let him take some rest. And I don't know. I think that, I think it's a little difficult for any GM to look at Anthony Davis. He's got a lot of talent. He's still young. He can still do it. He just doesn't play. And I think that there's a high risk, high reward with a guy like Anthony Davis. The Lakers are seeing that. They did end up getting a championship. So when they acquired him, you can say, okay, Well, that paid off because we got one championship. But now we're at a situation that the risk is starting to outweigh the reward. And now you have to look at what you can do to get your team better, because they're at 2-8, not even close to being a team that's even going to make the playoffs, not even going to make the play-in. With Scotty gone, what's going to happen when Chris needs to code yellow? Good question, Reckoning. You guys are going to, it's kind of like when you're in your family room talking sports with your friends, and then, someone needs to get up and, you guys have to just like mingle amongst yourselves, right? I think that's it's doable. Yeah. you guys are great. You guys love each other, right?
Oh, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice.
Let's see. What do you think when Stephen A. Smith said Warriors trading Draymond Green and Thompson to the Lakers for Anthony Davis? I think that's all. You got Draymond Green, who, isn't going to help the shooting. I don't think that's going to be a viable fit for the Lakers when it comes to needing a guy that can shoot. So there's that. Get hit. So that's not helping. But you do have Thompson, who does. So you have a defensive / leader presence with Draymond and Klay Thompson. But then you look at the rest of that roster. So you have Westbrook. I don't know how he plays into fitting with Draymond and Klay, because he needs the ball in his hands. So he's almost insignificant at this point. So you take him out. Then you have a bunch of role players. I think it could work because Draymond can play. He's undersized, though, at the center. He plays good D against Jokic, though. So I could see that. Maybe. I just... If Klay's your only guy that's hitting threes, though, the game plan to take away Klay out of that game plan, I think, is doable when you don't have a Steph Curry drawing people away from Klay, when you don't have a Jordan Poole drawing people away from Klay. I think that you can... I don't know how well that would work. I don't think it would work the way the Lakers would want it to. But you do have, LeBron, but Draymond's not drawing players away. No one else on that roster is. So I don't think that trade would make sense completely for LA. I think they would target someone a little bit bigger of a splash. Like I think I've seen Zach LaVine in some trade. The Brooklyn Nets have been, there's some trade, theory trading with Brooklyn Nets. You got the Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Goran Dragic. That could help. Zach LaVine is kind of a bigger name that could fit in, and they already have a guy in Chicago that kind of fits that mold with DeMar DeRozan. So you have two of the same guy on the same roster. So you have that. You got the New York Knicks. Lakers could go after RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, some of those names. I think there's some options there. Even the Mavericks. The Mavericks could be another one. Christian Wood, Spencer Dinwiddie, Reggie Bullock. I think those guys can add some more depth. Plus, you get some picks in the mix, too. So there are some other teams that I think make more sense than the Golden State trade options. But, I think that there's some viable things there. Do you think the Lakers could trade for someone like Miles Turner from the Pacers? Well, they had their chance. They had their chance, right? I think that was one of the trades in the offseason that was kind of on the table with Miles Turner and a couple other names. But that fell through. That didn't exactly, hit. So I if they didn't do it then, it looks bad that if they did it now. Like they should have done it when they had the chance, not now. Because now it's just, I think with the Lakers and like what I feel like they don't want to be that team to be like, yeah, we fucked that up. Yeah, we could have done that, and now we're doing it now after doing the Westbrook trade, and we were wrong on that. It's pretty much saying like, yeah, we suck. We have to do this anyway, and there's just at this point, I just don't see them doing that. I wish they would have done it in the offseason because it would have made more sense. Miss Channel Points Prevention. Let's see, what do we got? Redeem. If you can't say something nice about the Lakers. Ooh, Come on, Rec. Come on, man. Say something nice about the Lakers. Oh man, that's a tough one. The Lakers. I think the Lakers understand at this point that they're not. I mean, the fact that the rumors are out there. Let's just put this out there. The fact that the rumors are out there that AD is being shopped is a step in the right direction for the Lakers, and I think they recognize that they need to do something that's going to make them better, and that's getting rid of a guy like AD potentially. And that recognition is good for the Lakers in the long run if they can get some. I mean, they're just in such a bad position that you have to do something, and they're not stuck in this, well, we still have a chance with Russ and Anthony Davis and LeBron that we can still get there. They recognize what they are, and they're starting to scramble and do something about it, which, you know, for that's a tough pill to swallow for the Lakers. So I'll give them props on that. So there you go. Do you think it is time for the Lakers to go in? They should have. Yeah, no, they need to go. And that's a weird thing to say for a Lakers team, right? Because they're never in rebuilding mode. They always have the free agents. They always make the trades. You know, the Buss family has always been able to make something happen to make them relevant. And that's what's terrifying about Lakers fans right now, or the Lakers franchise, and what's terrifying them and Lakers fans is the fact that they're not used to this. They're still on national television games, guys. They're still all over TNT and ESPN, and they're a trash team. Why? Because they're a big market. I think that's a terrifying thing. Can you imagine the Lakers not playing on Christmas Day eventually if they're this bad? Ooh. It's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough go. I can tell you that right now. But I mean, that's terrifying for Lakers, the Lakers organization and Lakers fans, is to be irrelevant for a period of time. Now, the Lakers do have the brand name and they are a big market, so you're not going to have issues getting people there. Players will want to go to LA. But yeah, those later Kobe years teams were pretty hard to watch. I mean, Kobe. Rip Kobe. Man, Kobe was so good though. People in LA still believe in the legacy of Kobe. Yeah, and I mean, Kobe's a legend, so you can't go against Kobe. And I mean, when you think about what Kobe did for the Lakers, starting out as a kid, early in his career, as a kid who just stayed with the same franchise for that long and did what he did, brought the championships. I mean, when you had the Shaq and Kobe thing, he was the guy, man. I mean, Shaq did a very big part. He had a big part in those as well. But man, Kobe was the heart and soul of that team. He was the leader of that team. So, I mean, he's a lifelong Laker, rightfully so. So, yeah,